And now Australian captain and victory. Lomax tackled.
Stand down, Zach, stand up. Come on, mate.
Told to set up.
Hold it. Now leave him to him. Play the ball.
Get out there. Clyde knows there's a bit of fibbing going on. Edwards with it. Just accepts the tackle. The full-time siren has sounded. And Mal Meninga's Australians are back with a trophy. Australia has won the Pacific Championship final in a glorious atmosphere and setting and cauldron at Combank Stadium. Full-time, Australia 20, Tonga 14.
Yeah, the Kangaroos celebrate completing the Pacific Cup double for Australia. The Jillaroos earlier lifting the cup. Now Mal Meninga's side get their own redemption. We just witnessed what it means, everything it means to play on the international stage at Combank Stadium with a nail-biting finish. Tonga making the Kangaroos have to work for it in the end. 20 points to 14 to claim the cup. Cooper Cronk and Corey Parker and, of course, Cameron Munster are here. And Cam, two of your teammates started very late in that game. Eli Katoa kept us on the edges of our seeded. Xavier Coates denied by the narrowest of margins. It would have been a spectacular way to end, but all the same, a great ending to this cup.
It's been massive. Elliot obviously started in the back end of that game there and pretty much almost won the game for Tonga. If he scored that try in the first half, it could have been a different story, but with X, he does that kind of stuff at training, and I was obviously just watching it before, and yeah, I thought he put it down, but unfortunately knocked it on. But I see him do it at training all the time and score those type of things. So yeah, I'm very lucky to have them both in my team, and hopefully they can do that for us next year.
Unbelievable game of football. 14 points to 4 in the first half. Tonga come out, they go behind. Tommy Trbojevic scores early part of the second half. They're down and out. They find some willpower. They get themselves back into the contest. Homolo Olakawatu down that left-hand side was able to cross. Eli Katoa, both back rowers, so strong and powerful. This is the opening try in the very first sort of 5 or 6 minutes of the contest. But from what we saw from Tonga, I mean, there was different stages this afternoon. They had some missed opportunities. There's some real moments that if they went the other way, a little bit to like the same when they played Australia at Suncorp back in round one, you know, a couple of opportunities went in the way of the Aussies and they were just unable to peg them back. But boy, what a contest. I mean, they have certainly elevated themselves up into Tier 1 nation from my mind.
Yeah, take a bow, Tonga players, Christian Wolf, even the supporters, the way they have delivered international rugby league. They've done something special. They've put international rugby at the back end of our season, which is very, very long. They have made international rugby league sort of vibrant, great, and the supporters came out and filled the stadium. But then on the flip side, I love what Australia did. Yeah. They harnessed the emotion that Tonga played with early on, but then they got back to the football. The individual brilliance of Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow, Tom Trbojevic. I think Tom Dearden was the best player on the field. And that pain of losing last year, their goal line defence in the second half was terrific. Made it a bit shaky there at the back end, but Mal Meninga and his team deserved to win that game. They were the better team, but I just got to tip my cap to what Tonga have done in this whole Pacific Cup competition. They've done a brilliant job.
This is what the international game is about, and seeing these Pacific nations, I guess, narrowing that gap and being at this level with their fans at the forefront of that.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Tonga and you look at Lehigh Hopewada, who's certainly jumped out of the box. You've got Isaiah Katoa, who's 19, leading his team, and nation, rather. There's so many good things to like about what we've seen from Tonga. Their forward pack is arguably one of the best you've seen in an international arena. So there are a lot of good things. Alamoti's still quite young, Tolu Kola, Sione Katoa. I mean, there's so much upside to what we're seeing from Tonga, and they just don't fear Australia anymore. You can see that, you can sense that, which is not always been the case given some of the lower nations. They do fear Australia. Well, it wasn't the case. They come out straight from the word go. They scored the first try. They found themselves behind on the scoreboard. They found some courage and some willpower to get back into the contest. They weathered a few storms here and there, and it comes down to moments, Money, as you know. Big games come down to moments, and Australia took those moments a couple more times. I mean, it was 3 line breaks in the first half. Tommy did and got 2 of those. 2 of those led to points, so it makes it really difficult. But Tonga, outstanding.
We saw some debuts for Australia in this campaign. We saw Tommy Trbojevic return to the international stage, but you mentioned Tom Dearden as your player in this game, Cooper. As a half yourself, Cam, he seemed to grow with confidence as this campaign went on, and really, despite a slow start to this game, took it by the scruff of the neck. Yeah,
he's a very confident kid at times when he plays his footy, and a very quiet kid off the field. So when he's playing that type of footy, he's a pleasure to watch. And speaking to him, and if you give him that confidence, he just goes leap and bounds. And you just see an Origin series this year, his first ever Origin series with 3 games under his belt, and then he's played 3 or 4 games now with the Aussies. And my position's gone. I'm gone now. So all the best here, Tommy. You've done well, mate. So I'm happy for you.
Cannot resist that, can you? All right, well, let's head back to Combank Stadium now for the official presentation for Australia.
What a test match between Australia and Tonga. Let's hear it for the Kangaroos and Tonga. It certainly was fitting of a final for the 2024 Men's Pacific Cup. Joining me on field for the post-match, the official presentation, Chairman of the International Rugby League, Troy Grant, and Director, Laurie Daly. I'd like to acknowledge our match officials from today, Ashley Klein, the referee, and touch judges, Drew Altram and Michael Wise. The true stars, though, were the players. The Kangaroos, too good for Tonga. And the player of the match, he had a wow of the game. Make some noise for Tom Dearden. Congratulations, Tom. He'll leave the speaking to his skipper. Tonga, what a campaign throughout this year's Pacific Cup. Making the final, it's a huge moment for their tiny nation, Tonga. Thank you to all the Tonga fans turning out. But there can only be one winner today, and that, of course, is the Australian Kangaroos. Please welcome their skipper, Isaiah Yeo.
First off, just want to thank International Rugby League, Peter V'landys, Andrew Abdo, for just getting this on. It's anytime you get to put your jersey on for your country, it's a big thing. It's extremely important to the groups here that this goes ahead. I think it's an important part of our schedule. To Tonga, Christian, Adam, Jason, and the Tongan boys, you've had an outstanding campaign. I just felt like off the back of all your momentum, but you're the reason we got this crowd. The crowd in itself, it was just pumping. That was everything you could hope for on this stage. And then just to our staff and players, it's just been a wonderful campaign. It's only short and sharp, but the staff had to make a lot of sacrifices, obviously, being away from their family, the boys getting to represent their families and their country. It's just super important. We just want to thank you all so much. So, can't wait to go have a party now.
Thank you, Isaiah Yeo. Congratulations. Kangaroos players, join your captain. Let's hear it for your 2024 Pacific Cup champions, the Australian Kangaroos.
Yes, congratulations to Australia's Kangaroos and their player of the match in his debut series and campaign, Tom Dearden, as the green and gold celebrate at Combank Stadium. We're after a short break, our final game of the Pacific Championship, and there is plenty on the line. For last year's winners, New Zealand, they were stunned last week by Tonga, and now they face off with the Pacific Bowl winners, PNG, in a promotion relegation battle. Kickoff is next.